report that not only confirms what we told you 2 days ago about the secret nuke transfer that was off record, authorized by higher-ups, potentially Obama, but literally scared me. I read the title of this, I read this report, I didn't want it to be true. I kept reading it, I read it probably 50 times before I was confident enough to talk about this. It scares me. It literally scares me. This is potentially one of the most important reports I've ever done in my entire life. Everyone needs to listen to this. Everyone needs to share this. Let me preface this. Yesterday, actually 2 days ago, we reported on, the same day this following report came out, this high-level source, which is 100% confirmed, has repeatedly been correct in the past, super high-level military source, telling us that Dyess Air Force Base in Texas, in West Texas, was transferring on September 3rd nuclear warheads off record, no signature. The text says that Dyess is beginning to move out nuclear warheads today. He got a tap, and he said that it's the first time they've even acknowledged nuclear weapons since the 80s. And key point here, no signature was required for the transfer. It was all off record. This is a black ops movement of nuclear warheads. Now, this is where it gets key. They were shipping them to South Carolina. South Carolina. Okay, this is what the high-level military source told us, that they were shipping these nuclear warheads to South Carolina. Now, why is that important? This new article you'll see up on screen from CBS, Senator Lindsey Graham, has come out and said, nukes in the hands of terrorists could result in bomb coming to Charleston Harbor. Specifically, he's saying that if we don't attack Syria immediately, if we don't go in and have military action in Syria, we could have a nuke blow up South Carolina. It's amazing. Look at this. He says that if there is no U.S. response to Syria, Iran will not believe America's resolve to block Iran from developing nuclear weapons. He then says those nuclear weapons in the hands of terrorists could result in a bomb coming to Charleston Harbor, South Carolina. Exactly where we told you they were moving the secret black ops off the record, no transfer, nuclear warheads, the exact day this report came out. The exact day he said this. He's telling you that if we don't go to Syria, if we don't start bombing Syria, then these nuclear warheads, they're going to have terrorists get these nuclear warheads and blow up Charleston, South Carolina. They're going to blame it on Iran and Syria as a motivation to go to war. Only 9% right now are willing to go to war, want to go to war. They can't have that. Lindsey Graham is willing to sacrifice South Carolina, or maybe he actually got intel from higher-ups in the black ops offices that there's a nuke coming and you better watch out, and he's warning them because he says he's working to convince South Carolinians wary of the war that the situations in Syria and Iran are linked. Graham says Syria could destabilize the entire Middle East, and again goes on to talking about how a nuclear weapon is likely to blow up Charleston, South Carolina. We're going to do a follow-up report on this. Everyone needs to get this out immediately. This plan is now exposed. This is bombshell, massive, breaking news. As we told you yesterday, high-level military source confirms nuclear warheads taken from Dyess Air Force Base, transported to South Carolina. Now Lindsey Graham says if we don't go to Syria, South Carolina is going to be nuked. A nuke is going to blow up in South Carolina, he's telling you right now. He's warning the citizens. Get this out everywhere. I'm Anthony Gucciardi of StoryLeak.com, working with the InfoWars Network. Get this out.
In closing, I want to be clear about something. I totally agree with what Anthony just said. This is the biggest story we've ever covered. And we have these military and law enforcement sources that come to us because they know that we are unfiltered and that we will release key information and that we're not intimidated by the attack on whistleblowers in the press, because I have sworn to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, no matter what happens. But we do need your prayers and your support. We need you to get this article out to everybody you know, because Jim Garrison famously said, they said, why are you still alive? They've killed hundreds of people in and around the Kennedy assassination. He said, because I stay in the spotlight. We need this info to stay in the spotlight. And we need to pray for the scales to fully come off the eyes, not just of the American people, but the people of the world. And in closing, I want to thank the military and law enforcement sources that are patriots and that understand what's happening, who are speaking out about the false flags in Syria, and who are speaking out about potential mega false flags nuclear false flags here in the United States. This is history happening right now. Get this report out to everyone you know. And Lord willing, we'll be back on the radio 11 a.m. Central tomorrow at Infowars.com, breaking this down. This is way above my pay grade. I'm in over my head big time. But so is everybody else. The establishment doing this is in over their head. They look scared, and they should be, because regardless of what happens to us, and regardless of what you do with those nukes, the truth's now out there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you get the word out on this right now.